Well, Mike, we're back yet again as the dynamic duo, as the summer of Pass the Controller continues to be a chaotic one for all of us. Not in a bad way. I think we just have a lot of shit going on, all of us, so we're getting it in when we can get it in, and, the viewers, listeners are going to have to deal with another week of it just being me and you.
How unfortunate for literally everybody involved.
Yep, it really is. But we had a great show for you. Welcome, everyone, to the Pass the Controller podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, and sometimes it's just me and Mike kicking back, having a lovely little Sunday matinee all to ourselves. Is it still a matinee? When does matinee end? Like, is there a time limit on a matinee?
I would say yes. As a matter of fact, I would even argue that matinee might already be over because it's 5 o'clock.
When does matinee end? What do you say, Google? Let's see. Let's just go by, I don't know, movie theater, I guess. What does the movie theater have to say? Get discount movie tickets, 20% off evening ticket prices every day before 4. So we are, according to AMC Theaters, an evening show tonight. We are not a 20% off discounted matinee. So
that checks out.
There you have it. There you have it, folks. But a great show for you tonight. We're going to talk about the Indie World Direct, maybe a few other random things, but short and sweet. Get in, get out, let people get on with their Sunday afternoon. Joining me, as always, well, I guess as always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me is the anime senpai himself. Some may call him Martini Mike. Mr. Michael Desir. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
You made it sound like you were holding up other people's Sundays? Who?
You.
Right?
Navi is waiting for me downstairs. Like, what are you doing? The listeners that are tuning in live that want to watch this live. Like, I want to watch this week's show live, but a Sunday just after matinee, like a just missed the matinee. If it was a matinee, they could have had their coffee. They could have sat down, maybe a stack of pancakes. I don't know what they do. I don't know what these people do. Anyways, that's where I'm at. What are we even talking about, Mike? What are we even talking about?
Nothing.
Exactly. That's how they get you. How are you doing?
Yeah, same old.
You just had a fun little excursion into at Fan Expo Boston. What once used to be Boston Comic Con. How's your time down there? Time well spent?
I mean, it was okay. This was a very last minute thing because someone gave me a badge. I was like, all right, I'll go. But I didn't really have any plans. I didn't look at the schedule. I didn't make time to go see anybody or do anything. It was just me walking around the convention floor, getting tired.
It's at the BCC, right? Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is, by the way, now the Menino Convention Center or whatever. FYI.
They changed the name of it?
Yeah, they named it after Charles Menino.
As of when? Like very recently?
It might have actually happened this year.
Huh. Yeah, when I typed in BCEC into Google, it now pops up as the Thomas M. Menino Convention Center. What? It's now it's the MCEC. No one's gonna call it that.
Well, no, but I mean, I listen. I didn't live in Boston, but I remember Menino being the mayor for a long time. Like, I'll call it Menino.
Yeah.
He was
I'll call it that.
My boy, tangentially. So I'll call it the Menino Center. I called the Heinz Convention Center the Heinz. I don't even know who John Heinz was.
I have no idea who that is.
Was he also a mayor? Was his name John? Did I make that part up?
Heinz Convention Center. Let's see what pops up. John B. Heinz. Mike, you're just fucking on a roll. You know all these historical Boston
names.
Figures. Let's just Google John B. Heinz.
John B. Heinz. Just find out who he was.
John Bernard Heinz, September 22nd, 1897 to January 6th, 1970, was American politician who served as the mayor of Boston from 1950 to 1960.
So that's the goal. Be mayor, have a convention center.
Is there another convention center that can be renamed the Michael middle name Desir fucking...
I don't want to be mayor of Boston. I also don't want to be a convention center.
Okay. Weird. But then people can be like, yo, you're going to the Desir this weekend?
I don't want that.
It would be kind of cool.
That sounds unpleasant.
It'd be kind of cool.
You can have
he went to Suffolk University. Look at that. My old alma mater.
There you go.
Me,
so
John,
you should get
John Hines boys. I have no idea. I don't want to take any. I don't want to just blanket. Let me take that statement back. I don't know anything about this dude, so I don't know if we're boys. Maybe we're not. Maybe Boston in 1950 was not a place I want to be like. Yeah, John.
He was the guy who's like, listen, I'm not a big fan of this whole integration thing, guys. Keep them on separate buses. But don't make that be my legacy. Make my legacy be a convention center.
Is there like a quick let's see what his legacy is. During his tenure as mayor, again, apologies that we're just whatever this is.
No, honestly, history is probably a little bit more important than whatever else you had, locked in.
During his tenure, this is according to Wikipedia, as mayor, he oversaw the opening of the Central Artery, elevated highway through the city's waterfront district, as well as the opening of the Freedom Trail, which traces many of Boston's Revolutionary War-era landmarks. He was responsible for founding the Boston Redevelopment Authority, which laid the foundation for developments in Boston in the 1950s and beyond, including the controversial raising of the West End. Hines and his successors, John Collins and Kevin White, are most responsible for the modernization of the city of Boston. The Hines Convention Center, located in the Back Bay section of Boston, is named for him. One son, Jack Hines, was a longtime Boston news anchor. His second child, Marie Darby Hines Gallagher, was a special education teacher in the Boston City school system. Another son, Richard Hines, taught at Boston University. A third son, Barry T. Hines, served on the Boston City Council and was Boston City Clerk. His daughter, Nancy, passed in her 40s due to illness.
Wow, that's what a damper. Like, yeah, he had fucking 5 kids and they were all great. Well, one of them just kind of died, but other than that, right? They all had. What did she do before she turned?
Apparently nothing. Apparently it was nothing.
Apparently nothing.
Jeez.
Yeah, I can't be bothered to find anything. She
rest
died.
in peace, Nancy. Shout outs to Nancy.
Yeah.
I can't tell by that legacy if he was a good guy or not. So we're just, again, I'm not going to claim him as my boy, but there's what Wikipedia lists as his.
He did some good things.
I don't know. Controversial raising of the West End, Mike.
How do you feel about the West End currently?
I don't even know what part of Boston is considered the West End. I've never heard any part of Boston called the West End. Yeah, but it's like if someone says South Boston or someone says the North End or someone says certain neighborhoods, you know where those things are. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say the West End. I don't know what that is.
Well, the East is the coast, so go west from there, and it's clearly it was elevated. It's higher, right?
Now I'm going to Google West End of Boston because I need to know what this is like includes.
Newton.
Okay, this is according to Wikipedia again. The West End is a neighborhood of Boston bounded generally by Cambridge Street to the south, Charles River to the west, and northwest. Beacon Hill is to the south. I am trying to place this in my head. This must be where, like, across to the north, Kendall Square is Cambridge. I don't actually know what is in this portion of Boston. I couldn't tell you. Honestly,
the important
thing is this is not important.
No, the important thing is that Mayor Hines raised that shit, elevated that West End.
In the early 19th century, the West End, along with Beacon Hill's North Slope, became an important center of Boston's African-American community. The mostly affluent and white inhabitants of Beacon Hill's South Slope were strongly supportive of abolitionism. This encouraged middle and working-class free African-Americans to move into the nearby North Slope and West End. After the Civil War, the West End continued to be an important center of African-American culture. It was one of the few locations in the United States at the time where African-Americans had a political voice. At least one black resident from the West End sat on Boston's community council during every year between 1876 and 1895. Okay, so it seems like the West End is next to Beacon Hill. And so if that's the case, the West End must be either somewhere in the neighborhood between like Beacon Hill and the Garden, or if not, it made it sound like it's near the Charles, so it must be like towards Starrow Drive from Beacon Hill. So maybe it's that area. I guess
I've got
I don't
no
know.
sense of geography, so I can't help. But let that be a lesson to all the, out of town listeners, quote unquote. I don't know. We also don't know the areas like.
I mean, I'm just scrolling through this Wikipedia page now. There's just a section that just is titled Irish, so I'm going to read this out loud right now.
Carry on. I want to find out.
Irish immigrants were among the first to, and to be clear for listeners, I'm reading it because I'm Irish. That's why I'm like, oh, I'll read wherever this is. Irish immigrants were among the first to settle the West End after briefly passing through the North End. Many Irish families, after briefly passing through Little Italy, you realize they're not welcome.
The Italians chased them out, so they went somewhere else.
Many Irish families moved to the West and South Ends. Well, we all know Southie. The West End soon developed a thriving Irish community. Do I need to maybe I need to go check on the West End. I don't know. What am I doing?
Yeah, maybe.
Later on, this community became associated with Martin Lomasney. I don't know who this is. Lomasney was also known as the Mahatma, was the ward boss of Boston's Ward 8 located in the West End. He was well known for taking care of his community that have developed there, especially the Irish families. Early in Lomasney's career, he established the Hendricks Club in the heart of the neighborhood. The Hendricks began as a social club and gathering place, but later turned into the center of Lomasney's political machine. It was from here that he began to provide social services, charity, and shelter for poor immigrants. In return, he was able to drum up votes and support from much of the neighborhood. Let me just click on this Lomasney's. This is a weird episode. What are we doing?
No, finally, we're doing something. We're doing something good. We're teaching people.
Lomasney served as state senator, state representative, and the alderman, but is best known as the political boss of Boston's West End. What does that mean?
You know what it means?
I don't know what political boss means.
He was getting business done.
Political boss in the looking at so many pages.
You clicked on it?
I don't know what the term means. In the politics of the USA, a boss is a person who controls a faction or local branch of a political party. This is how much I don't pay attention to anything. Were you familiar with that term?
Boss. No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna read more of that because I'm not.
I did not I assumed that when you said political boss, that was not a blue link. You know what I mean? I thought that was just text on the page.
Nope, it had a blue link. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next paragraph of Martin Lomasney, and then we're gonna talk about literally other things.
Okay.
But in the course of his colorful career, Lomasney was shot once, feuded with James Michael Curley. I don't know who that is. James Michael Curley was an American Democratic politician, blah, 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 served mayor of Boston in 1914 and 1950. Damn, he was a mayor for a long time.
But no convention center, as far as I know.
Michael Curley ran for mayor in every election for which he was legally qualified. The next sentence is he was twice convicted of criminal behavior, and then it cuts off because I'm not clicking on that link. He feuded with that guy and feuded with John F. Fitzgerald.
I thought we say John F. Kennedy, like, oh my God.
Told the Archbishop of Boston to mind his own business, advised Al Smith, played a major role in the drafting of the current Massachusetts Constitution, and helped thousands of constituents obtain job, housings, and other necessities. Is this guy this guy sounds like he's a good guy, maybe?
He sounds like the version of like a mob boss that you hear about, where he does a lot of good for his community, but he's also doing some shady shit in the background to kind of make the good things happen.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I should learn more about where we're from. I guess I don't fucking know.
The history here is fascinating. We're more than just tea parties and witch burnings and something else, I'm assuming.
Yeah. But anyways, history class is over. Class is in session. Now it's not in session. Class was in session. I just wanted to say it, It felt good.
Yeah.
But I should have put my sweater on. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should have a segment every week where we put on our little cardigans classes in session.
Get collegial up in this bitch.
But we do. Maybe that wasn't great for you. If it wasn't, now we have a great episode for you. We're going to talk about video games for a change. But before we do that, a couple of quick housekeeping things. This episode, of course, sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area or the North Shore of Massachusetts on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you want something hot, something sweet, something tasty, something fresh out of the oven, you can head on down to 1 Washington Square and get yourself a delicious fatty kid. I feel like I had to work that in just because we're talking about so much Boston history. You know what I'm saying?
Stuff, yeah.
If you're not a fan of leaving your house, dude, you can hop on over to Goodnight Fatty on Instagram. Get onto their website, dude, and get yourself some hot, some fresh, some tasty, scrum-diddly-umptious, some wicked good fatties delivered right to your door.
That's probably been your best character work ever. If you leaned into that more often, I think, honestly, you could overtake Ben Affleck.
No, because he can speak like very fluent Spanish, and mine is not good.
You're not trying to overtake him as like a person or an actor, just as like the face of Boston.
Okay, all right, okay. The problem is though, I don't like Dunkin' Donuts, so like I think by like de facto I can't,
I mean, you're just playing a character, so it'll be fine.
Okay,
it's gonna be a shame when people see you like walking into the local coffee shop and not getting Dunkin's, but outside persona, like the rest of the world will see you as like, your cousin from Boston. You can be like that guy.
I don't want to be that guy. Fuck Sam Adams. Anyways.
No pleasing you.
Yeah, I don't know. Goodnight Fatty's great. Go follow them and look into what they do if you don't know. Other quick housekeeping things. I think nothing really. Kind of just chilling lately. Again, we've been very busy. We had a lot going on. So, bear with us as we move through a very busy summer for us. I will say quickly, though, housekeeping, the movie for August is somebody's pick, and it's definitely a movie.
It was Dom's pick.
Dom's pick. Help me out.
Friendship,
there it is. Do we know if it's streaming somewhere? I don't remember.
It is not.
Okay. So you're going to have to either buy or rent or other ways watch this movie. You do what you got to do. If you want to hear us talk about Friendship, we're going to talk about that at the end of August. Maybe. Again, we have a lot of things going on, so we will talk about it at some point towards the end of the month. I just don't know exactly if it will be the last episode of the month or moved around, Labor Day, other things. There's things that'll I'm sure affect our schedule going into the fall. So there is that. Sapphire Jade in the chat says, Brenny Boston, it's a character, just drink actual good coffee out of a Dunks cup. Okay, I don't hate that. But that's like free promo for Dunks, and it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Dunks. Eventually Dunks will catch on. Like they'll pay you. Maybe they'll give you some coffee. You don't have to use the coffee. You can be like, hey, it's me, Brenny Boston, who wants some Dunks gift cards? And you like hand them out. Like everyone wins.
I guess.
Hell, I'll drink the Dunkin's coffee.
I guess, yeah. You can be fucking.
I got a fucking Dunkin's thing right here.
There you go. You can be fucking Mochaccino Mike. I don't fucking know.
That don't need to be a thing. I don't have the Boston accent in me like that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't talk with a Boston accent, but I can put one on.
You can put one on. I don't think I can put one on.
Give me a sentence. Give me a line.
Park the car in the Harvard Yard. Go ahead.
Mike, that's so basic. Park the car in the Harvard Yard, dude. Yeah, you got to throw like the dudes in there. I don't use wicked, but you got to have wicked, and it's not just dropping the R's. Like you gotta kind of have like this, dude. Come on, kid. What the fuck, Mike?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, they could plop you right into the middle of the movie The Departed, and you would fit right in.
Fuck your mother.
Yeah.
That's that movie,
maybe,
right?
Maybe not. Maybe, yeah. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe go fuck yourself.
Oh, is that what it is? It's not fuck your mother?
I thought it was fuck your mother, but I think it's go fuck yourself, something like that. Yeah, you could be the next Mark Wahlberg.
Okay. Well, I don't want to be that either. Stay prayed up, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Fuck Mark Wahlberg. Whatever. Some may say the worst of the Wahlbergs.
Who is saying that?
I mean,
I want names.
Jen definitely would. Jen definitely likes Donnie better. Definitely likes. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know if anyone
well, to
actually
be
likes the
fair,
burger guy better, but
Jen's opinions have been suspect for a long time. So
you're
like,
not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't know if we have a great episode for you tonight. I may have just lied to you. I may have revealed that in
you've
actuality,
lied for the last 300. How many episodes? What is this?
this
What
is
episode?
episode 483, Michael.
Okay, wow, you've been lying for a long ass time.
I mean,
Congratulations.
if you had to make a guess, how many great episodes have we had for them tonight? How many great episodes have there been?
I'm going without having an exact number. I'm sure I could count them on one hand.
Wow, a one-hander. You know what? Top 5, dead or alive. Name your top 5.
I think the one with Yacht Club.
Okay. I like it.
The one with, I'm sure it's like one with like a guest of some sort.
Okay. So what it sounds like already is that we just have to have more guests. If that's where we're at. That's what makes the show. That's what elevates the show.
You need better people on the show.
Okay. We need to replace all of us, is what you're saying.
Ideally.
Okay. It's not a bad idea, actually. We got Martini Mike. We got the Boston Boy.
I actually think it would be 100% hilarious if God forbid one of our fans, if they exist, so you say, they fucking tune in. You tune into a podcast, right?
Sure.
They tune in, and it's literally just 4 different people that just start the episode up. It's just 4 different people, completely unaddressed. To just go like, "Hey, welcome to the Pass the Controller podcast."
That would
It's
be
me, your
kind of
host,
funny.
fucking some other guy.
It would be kind of funny if we just like through the course of like a few weeks in a row, we had Sapphire J says Brenny Boston and Mass Mikey. Yo, I actually don't hate Mass Pike Mike. I don't hate that.
I mean, Mass Pike Mike, that would be my thing if I were the guy in the helicopter doing the traffic.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Findmassmikey.com. Get your unclaimed money.
Yo, let's go.
Oh man. What if like over the course of a few weeks we planned it where we slowly swapped one of us out each time in like a scenario that's like we don't actually try to get someone that looks or sounds like us. Like it's just like a straight up swap.
You want to do the office thing with Jim, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Yeah.
I think it would just be funnier to just do like the whole thing
on
all
one
at
episode.
Just all at once. Be like, oh, this is it. And actually, that might be the episode I listen to just to see what it sounds like. And I can go, oh, you know what? This is way better.
It would be funny, and then like I changed the layout so like it says like play less indies.
But yeah, this is your Bizarro episode.
Okay. You know, I might have to find 4 people that would want to do the bit, and we'll see.
Have them run with it. Yeah.
What's the I guess the opposite of here is New York. So like, do we just get 4 New York people to do it?
I guess it's funny that you don't say like the opposite of here is like L.A. like somewhere on the other coast. Like no. The opposite of us is our enemy. It's New York.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, what else would it be? There would be a guy in a Yankees hat. There would be
no. The opposite of us in New England is Old England.
We get 4 British people. We go across the
4
pond.
British people. Yeah.
Sapphire Jade says MB Todd A. Okay.
I like it.
What do we get for Dom? What's Dom?
I don't know. Dom has no kitchen to Dorchester, and that's all I really got for him.
Okay. Let's see. Instead of like he's the Disney daddy, we call him like the Canopy Lake daddy. I don't fucking know.
The Canopy Lake King.
The Canopy Lake King. I like it. Anyways, we have a That's an episode for you. I don't know what this is, but it is an episode. It's in
It
and
must be
Golden
almost
Era.
over at this, right? Nat?
I mean, we are getting close to the. I said I wanted to do a short episode. We haven't even talked about the indie world, so let's just hop right in. Actually, the initial thing I was gonna bring up before, I don't even know how we got all the way here from where we were. At some point, we looked up. Oh, it's because of fucking Fan Expo. We looked up John Hines. This is all John Hines' fault.
John Hines, he's your boy. You guys went to
I
Suffolk
didn't
together.
say that. I don't know if he's my boy. I don't even know if Menino's my boy. I just know he was the mayor for a long time when we were younger. I don't know if he's my boy. I don't know if he's good or bad. I have no idea. Anyways, and I'll keep this short. I did text you about it, but we went to this new, I don't know how new it is, but we've never been there before, called Woosong Road in Cambridge. Tiki bar.
Mhm.
Food was phenomenal. Drinks were pretty good. Glassware was amazing. It was good vibes.
Mhm.
We need to go soon. It was a good time.
Interesting.
I think you would enjoy yourself. I think we would have a good evening. I think it would be a nice little different setting for us to tear it up. But shout out to Woosong Road. Had a good time. Anyways, let's get into the Indie World Direct. We don't have to go over everything, but I did write everything down in order so we can kind of just hop off the train and talk when we want to talk, and then hop back on the train and go to the next thing. I meant to look and I couldn't find it, and I didn't look too hard to be honest, but it starts off with Mina the Hollower, which we've given awards to at PAX East in the past. I'm excited for. I can't wait for it. I've been waiting for this game for quite a while. Starts off with Mina. We get a release date, which I want to say we already had the release date, but I couldn't. That's the thing I was trying to find, if they had previously already given the release date. But coming out October 31st, great October game. Cannot wait for that one. And a demo is also available now. So if you haven't had a chance to play Mina the Hollower, you can check that out now. But quick little sizzle, just showing a bunch of different items and biomes and areas and bosses and enemy encounters and all this type of stuff. But Mina continues to be something I can't wait for. I do think that when I had the chance to play it at PAX East, whenever that was at this point, the feelings that I got from that, it felt like Yacht Club was yet again capturing that same type of magic that, is evocative of the styles and era of games it is trying to emulate and honor, while also like feeling very modern and new and fresh in its own thing as well. So really, really excited. I hope that the feeling it gave me when I first played it is the feeling it continues to give me when it actually comes out, because it feels like they could have another Shovel Knight on their hands, is what I'm trying to get at. So very, very much looking forward to Mina the Hollower. I don't know. It's not really, probably not your jam. I don't know if Mina's something.
I don't think so.
It's definitely a Brenny Boston game and a Dom Can Be Like King game. So definitely on our radar for sure. Next up is Well Dweller, which is a new game from the Crypt Custodian devs. This one looked okay. It's not like my jam. Metroidvania, 2D Metroidvania. Playing as a little bird guy with a matchstick, other items and stuff. Seemed like it seemed like it'd be a solid Metroidvania. Just there's a lot of Metroidvanias, so you gotta. I think sometimes I either need to get my hands on it to like have a better opinion about it, or has to be showing something unique up front that gets me all tingly and excited to check it out right away. But something I'll probably check out at some point, but not like wasn't a highlight of the presentation for me. I don't know if you have anything about that one.
No.
Okay. Next up was Neverway, which I'm like going back and forth on, because it is definitely tonally a little bit more on like, I don't even want to say the horror side, but it definitely is like leaning into that type of aesthetic and tone. So I don't know if that will be a deterrent for me, but life sim RPG that looks absolutely gorgeous. At least one of the it has pixel artists that worked on Celeste on it, which definitely makes sense because it looks gorgeous. It also has some of the musicians that worked on it also worked on things like Hyperlight Drifter. So it definitely has a lot of cool indie collaborational support for other games that have great art styles and have great music. So looking forward to that stuff. But it looked cool. It looked gorgeous. It looked like a blend of life sims type stuff with like planting and gardening, but also kind of looked like a top-down 2D Zelda in like its gameplay and in movement. So definitely something I'm gonna keep on my radar. Again, I don't know if the horror aspect of it is gonna be something that kind of makes me bounce off, but it looked interesting and it looked gorgeous. So definitely something that I may keep in my back pocket for a rainy day. I don't know if that's one for you or not.
I think it looked sort of interesting, but it probably still isn't the kind of game I
That
would
you're trying to,
play.
yeah. Sapphire Jade, fucking Dunkin' Dom butts. There's nothing.
No, Dunkin' Dom is probably the move.
Yeah, Dunkin'
Matter of
Dom
fact,
is
I
probably
still want to
yeah.
get him that tracksuit.
After that, we had Herdling, which I don't know is from some of the devs or some of the team from Firewatch. I don't know. Didn't really do much for me. I don't know if that one was anything for you. That was the the one where
Yeah,
you're herding
you
the
heard.
beasts, the
Yeah.
calicorns, or they had a name, calicorns maybe. Looked fine. The next game though, I think it's out now. I'm gonna buy it tonight because I do want to play this because it looks like my jam completely. Is a puzzle game called Is This Seat Taken, which just looked like absolutely a game for me. Basically, puzzle game where you're picking up little like shape people and putting them into scenarios based on like their needs or their like preferences, and you're trying to put them around the little areas. If it's a bus, like someone wants to sit alone, or somebody wants to take a nap, or wants company, or like you're trying to move everyone around to fit everyone's specific needs to complete the area. And I think it just looks like it's a perfect little puzzle game for me, a little mind break game, and I'm definitely going to buy that later today because it just looked absolutely like something I would eat up. So I don't know if that one does anything for you or not, but
I mean, that one did look like fun from a
yeah,
puzzle aspect, and just um the concept or the conceit of, hey, you're just trying to set up these people in regards to their preferences. Yeah, it's kind of it's unique, I guess,
yeah.
or at least I feel like it's unique. I almost feel like it's reminding me of something, but I can't think of what. So I might have given myself fake deja vu.
I think the shape aspect, the color scheme, and like the shapes, like eyes and expressions, give me snipper clips. Maybe that's what you're
That
feeling
that's true, but I feel like even the idea
of the
of,
game itself.
yeah, like seating people down based off of their preferences, like not necessarily a seating thing per se, but like
Putting
some
people
other
in
sort
rooms and
of,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, like based off of unique qualities of the individual elements,
Okay.
whether it be a personality trait or something like, oh, you have to place these things here
Mm-hmm.
because if you put them over here, it's going to cause a problem.
Yeah. No, for sure. But $10, I'm gonna scoop that when we're done here. To be honest, we got an update for Little Kitty Big City. I like that game for what it was. I don't think an update's gonna bring me back, but I had my experience with it. But it seems like there's a lot more customization options for the cat. There's some new abilities, some new areas, some new things to do. I don't know. I don't remember if photo mode was in the original one or not. They probably said it in the clip because it seems like they stressed photo mode. So maybe they just added more to it, or it was brand new altogether. Followed by content warning, which I think I don't know how popular it is still. I think I missed the boat on that. You had mentioned before we were recording that you had got it for free because I think that was part of. I mean, it was a genius move. I don't know if a lot of other people have tried to do this, but I think they made it free for a small period of time on Steam,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
kind of
that's what
gave it a
happened.
super boom of like it got in the right,
Because it was right around the
streamers. Yeah.
time that what was the other game? The other one.
Oh,
Um,
I know what you're talking about, and I can't. I'm not gonna be able to
I
think
can't
of
remember
the
the name of
name.
the game, but like that game was big, and this game came out after, and they made it free for a little bit
Was it a
to kind
similar
of capitalize.
style, or was it a different game?
It was a similar style. What was it called? Um,
Lethal
it
Company.
was there. It is.
So yeah, I don't content warning. It was something I missed. I had watched a few friends of the show play it before, and like in Discord and stuff, but I myself never played it. I would definitely check it out, but I don't. Again, I don't know if I would get it on Switch. I don't know if it has crossplay or not, but that one, it's great for a lot of people that don't have PC access, and I think this would be a fun. I think it definitely has an audience, and I think people would be excited about it. Next up is probably one of also the highlights of the show for me, which is a game called Ball Pit. That is roguelike. Also has very, very slight, I think slight, city building elements. The mechanics of the game are like sort of auto scroller brick breaker type, like you're hitting and shooting balls up at different angles and stuff to take on waves of enemies as the stage is moving forward. There's bosses, there's all different types of things to unlock, whether it's different characters or abilities or other synergies that you can tool around with to make better have better runs. I think part of the city building element is like doing that aspect also unlocks other things for you. But it seems like an absolute game for me. Like I'm going to end up probably sinking a lot of time into this one. It's supposed to come out this fall on Switch 2. It has an October 15th Switch 1 release date. But it's Switch 2 said sometime this fall, so hopefully not too far after that one. But this one, yeah, like this one was one that caught my attention like immediately. I was like, oh, okay, I am gonna be laying in bed on my Switch with this quite often, especially because the developer of this game cited things like Loop Hero and Vampire Survivors as their like part of their inspiration. So me loving both of those games is probably a problem for me when this one comes out. So I don't know if this one caught your eye at all or not, but
Not really. I remember you saying specifically like, "Oh, this one I'm excited about," and I was looking at it and I didn't get it.
okay, okay,
That's a me thing.
that's a you thing. Next up was Ultimate Sheep Raccoon, which was one we had a chance to play and watch at PAX East this past year. It's more of that Ultimate Chicken Horse. Is that the first one? Ultimate Chicken Horse. Goodness, I think it's up to 8 players, vehicles, all types of crazy contraptions. I'm sure there's a lot of other new stuff from the first game, but definitely a great party game. Definitely one to keep an eye on if you like that kind of chaotic multiplayer experience. I think it is pretty enjoyable. Followed by another one that Mike had a chance to play at PAX, Glaciered. I don't remember how you felt about it. It doesn't look like a game that I would personally care too much about.
I also don't remember.
If
Like
you
I
liked
don't
it or not.
I don't remember I don't remember like it's not that I don't remember if I like liked it or didn't like it. I mean that's also true too, but I remember not having a very strong opinion about it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it looked pretty and I feel like I just because of like the circumstances of me playing it, it didn't like leave a huge impression on me.
Yeah.
Um all I can really say is that I remember this is for the Switch too, right?
Yes.
It was a time exclusive.
Yep.
I just remember because I played it on PC, like it looked a lot better on PC. That's the one thing that
Yeah.
I can say, which it is what it is. The Switch 2 it's a more powerful console than the Switch 1, but it's still not like
It's not a
a
PC.
PC with high end graphics.
Yeah. So that one, I don't know. I don't think it's for me, but looks fine. Then there was a ton of sizzle reels. Let me take my notes. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Then there was a sizzle reel that I'm surprised some of these games that were in this didn't have their own little section. I mean, it was a very brief. It's like a 15-ish minute direct, which is fine. I mean, we don't need to have 30-minute, hour-long thing, but some of the stuff that was in the sizzle reel, I was kind of surprised didn't have a little bit more going on. Tiny Bookshop, which I think I've seen a lot of other people talk about in pretty high regard. Winterborough, which was like a little, I don't know, like a little mouse guy in the winter. Looked fine. Undusted Letters from the Past. This one is, I don't know. It didn't do much for me in that little sizzle. I'll have to look up more of it. Caves of Cud, which is a game that has always on the surface looked very daunting to me because it looked like it had a lot going on. It's a roguelike. I like the way it looks, but I was always scared of it. But I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I've also recently have like looked a little bit more into it. And I'm like, all right, I think it looks more challenging than maybe I thought it would be to get into. So I might check this out when it comes to Switch. It seems like a great Switch game. So I'm gonna probably add that one to my wish list. Ready for that to come to the Switch. What else is on here? Strange Antiquities. I'm not familiar with this one. Opus Prism Peak is another one that I'm not super familiar with. Didn't do much for me in that quick little tease. Go-Go Town, which it just looks like, I don't know, looks like a version of a similar type of life sim, Animal Crossing sort of type game. Didn't do much for me there. And then the other one that I thought was like kind of a big deal, I'm surprised didn't have its own little breakout thing, was UFO 50. It's coming to Switch 2. I think it came out the day of the Direct, so it's already out on Switch 2. But that is a game that I thought was always pretty perfect, and I was kind of confused and sad that it wasn't initially out on the Switch, just because I thought it would have, fit on that platform very, very comfortably and easily. But I'm happy it's coming to Switch 2 and it's out now, so I think that is probably something I'm going to end up buying a second time, because I think I would probably play. I didn't play a lot of it on Steam. Part of it is I don't spend a lot of time on my computer sometimes. So like sometimes to play games, I'd rather sit down on my couch or my bed. So I think UFO 50 is one of those games that I'll probably end up buying a second time on Switch, and we'll probably put a lot more time into it, because I did want to play more of that game, because that's another one of those, indie darlings that I think a lot of people talked very highly of last year, and I sort of missed the window on that one as far as like people were loving it, and I feel like I need to give that game a second chance. So I think overall it was an okay Direct. I mean, I think it had some highs for me. Mina's going to always be a high for me. Ball Pit was a high for me, and is the seat taken? I wouldn't like call it a high, but it's a game that looks like it's a jam for me. So, I wouldn't. It's not one of those ones where it's like it's over and I'm like, oh man, I got to go buy 5 games right now, and I am still gonna go buy 5 games right now. But it wasn't like I'd stop what I'm doing and play these games today. If Mina was out today, I would, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah. Same thing with Ball Pit, I guess. So I guess, it had a couple of bangers for me. It was a very light Direct. I can see people being super high on it. I can see people being super low on it. It seems like it was probably a super low one for you based on your personal interests.
Yeah, that's accurate.
The last thing that I wanted to mention, I didn't look through the Japanese Direct to see what other things were different, but a big one that was in the Japanese Direct and not in the one for us, which is still kind of making me mad, because I do want that game to do well, because I can't wait for it. But Demon School finally has an official release date, coming first week of September. So tactical RPG set in a school, had a cool story, has very interesting tactical combat. I have been waiting for this game ever since we got to play it at PAX a few years ago. It was another award recipient from us. It looks fantastic. It sounds fantastic. It was fun to play. It was challenging combat in that demo. I really, really can't wait for that game, and it's coming in just a few short weeks. So definitely something that's going to be an immediate play for me, just because that game is an absolute banger. I hope the full release is as good as that demo was, because let me tell you, I had quite a good time playing that one. But yeah, I don't know. That's really all I got. The direct was a nice little breakup for the week for me, but wasn't like anything super crazy. I am playing stuff right now, but I can't talk about it. So that's a next podcast type of thing for us. But I don't know if there's anything else you got going on that you want to talk about, or if we're gonna sunset this episode here.
I have nothing to really say about it. I finished the Persona DLC.
Oh,
I don't know, a couple hours ago.
okay. How are you feeling about that?
It was fun. I mean, the DLC was whatever. I think
Oh, okay.
it was. I don't know. Just because of you can really feel that. I don't know how it was with the original game, but you can just feel that it was more like, okay, we're gonna make a new story, but we're just going to reuse pretty much everything that was from the base game. We're just gonna, I don't know. I feel like that's not. I'm not describing it the right way, but like essentially, it didn't do much more for me
Okay.
in terms of the game or the story. It was just more, which is fine, but like I felt like the original game had like a decent conclusion.
Okay.
So this didn't do anything for me.
Gotcha. Now that you're on the other side of it, maybe you need more time, but how do you like, do you still like Persona 5 more, or has this edged it out, or are they just too different for you, or?
I probably still like Persona 5 more, but I think thematically, I can see someone really liking Persona 3 more.
Okay.
With its story, or, maybe even its characters. But I mean, summoning your personas with evokers is hard as hell, so like that's also pretty cool.
It is. It might be one of the hardest things in a video game, just flat out. Like, it's fucking cool. Now, is this going to, like, are you now like, I gotta play Persona 4? Like, is that where you're at, or no?
I once again started playing Persona 4 when I was sitting on the plane. I didn't get very far. I like literally got as far as like, I need to save this and maybe do something else.
Okay. Like you're talking about this past week you did?
Yes.
Oh. You don't think you're gonna continue to play?
No, I'm gonna continue to play. I just think I forget what was happening at the time. Either I wanted to do something else, or I like just chose a bad time to start playing it. And I had to leave or something. Like I was getting off the plane. I don't remember.
Okay. Damn, I get it. This is just like more fuel to my personal fire of I gotta get to reload, and then I also want to play 4. So I'm.
Well, I mean, if you can finish it in the next 5 days, that'd be cool. If not, you can buy it.
Oh yeah, it's yep. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I tried. Game's dead.
Did you?
No. I did at one point. I was gonna say the problem is, but there isn't a problem. I just had other things I had to play, and that's the unfortunate thing. Other things that took a lot of my time. But the past few months have been weird because I've been playing. I don't know. I've just been busy. You know why. But, it is what it is. But I don't know. I guess that's a good place to end the show. Episode 483. Keep it a little short, a little sweet today. Not matinee, whatever you want to call it. Thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode 483. I'm not going to do a Boston accent. I'm not going to do it. We appreciate you. We love you. If you're a friend of the show, fan of the show, leave us a quick 5-star review, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to the show. It's super helpful. Leave us that quick review. If you want to see everything we do outside of the podcast, you can go to our website at passthecontroller.io. You'll get linked to whatever you want, whether it's stuff we write, drink recipes, more podcast stuff. As a reminder, we do record the show live every week at twitch.tv/passcontroller. If you want to catch it live, if you can't catch it live but you want to watch the show, you can just go to YouTube, type in Pass the Controller Podcast. We'll pop up over there. But yeah, that'll do it for this week's episode 483. We appreciate you, and we will see you next time.